Hey, News Talkers, we are going to get to another reaction of Reactors reacting to the smash hit Snowflakes by the one and only Tom MacDonald. This one, actually kind of a suggestion, but not really. I was looking at a suggestion one of you folks so kindly gave me, and this gal popped up on my search. Kristen Kelly, she's got a guest host with her on this reaction, so we're going to get to her in just a moment. She about section, she says, Mama was an angel, Grandma was a saint, Daddy raised hell, so watch me do the same, M.E. motherfucker. So we're going to be getting to them. But first, I want to get to some of your comments, and thank you so very much for everything you guys have done the past few weeks. It's amazing. Did I get up to 500 yet? I forgot to check. Bear with me one moment. Did we go over 500? We are at 499, so let me update this. We're at 499 subs, and that means we just have one person. Are you going to be that one person to make 500 get me halfway to 1,000? Remember, when I get 1,000, I'm doing a live stream, story time. All my deepest, darkest secrets. It might take an hour. It might take 3, but we're going to go through everything when I get 1,000 subs. So definitely do appreciate that, love, right there. Now, to your comment screen. Where is the comment screen? The most recent ones that are coming in. Check out the reaction from Silent NYT Tube. Never seen the guy before, but he has just over 2,000 subs, and he had a video that got 26,000 views on it yesterday. When I checked, it was at 21,000. His next most video has like 8,000 views on it, and most are in the lower hundreds. That is that's pretty amazing. I've got a couple videos like that have jumped out like that. He's one of those that agrees but won't let himself show it on camera. Oh my gosh, I've got a review from somebody exactly like that. No, I did it last night. Did that last night, so you make sure you check out the one from last night. It was exactly the same thing. He doesn't want to say it. Watching him struggle in real time is just perfection. My guy just sits there trying not to smile and just ends up squirming the whole time. Instead, don't attempt to drink anything while watching. You will ruin your equipment. Hashtag hog. Oh yeah, Neil, that was it. And High Things writes back, this is about the Neil video from yesterday, this morning, I guess it was. Neil is always a trip. He reminds me of vlogging with Greg in a lot of ways. Real warm-hearted dude. I was thinking the exact same thing. Let's see. Con Mom 25. I refuse to work my life away. Material possessions mean nothing. If I didn't want to raise my daughter, I wouldn't have had one. Personally, I've never run into a Tom hater, but oh yeah, because I said during the video last night that the reaction to the reactor that I was like, I really don't pick up on so much of the Tom hate. I don't personally know of any real fans either. However, Twitter lost their shit when this song dropped, and people are mean. That is true. A prize of nothing. Rachel likes that. Remember, if you get to the end of any of my reactions to reactors, you get a no prize. I find the haters, they're always in the bottom of the comments. Some are confused, and I engage with them. This is from Lisa. The others just hate him and are obsessed with him somehow. I see many of the same names whining in reactor after reactor shows. The haters, I think, mostly are on Twitter. That's probably too. Twitter has got to be the biggest psychological experiment on a society this world has ever known. Nothing but brainwashing and manipulation, censorship going there. The Stasi police in East Germany and the KGB and the Soviet Union would have loved Twitter. Absolutely. And so that's some of your comments. The love you guys give is just fantastic. Now, I've strung you along long enough, so let me go ahead and get to our featured video. From these ladies, it's Kristen Kelly. She's got 9.83 thousand subs. Why don't you go ahead and add her? She's got a lot of interesting things and reactions that she does stuff to. But let's get to the reaction. It's Kristen and her friend, and I love that line from Tom and Nova. We don't do drive-bys. We just go, hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. How are you guys? Are you pretty good? All right, let me get rid of the comments There they are. Here we are. Let's get going. Hi, guys.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think
and that is what you call a double standard. That is what you call a double standard, you guys. You lie, you're going to prison. They lie.
Well,
it's politics. It's fine. They can lie all they want to protect the people. That's bullshit.
Right off the bat, they just start. It's like a Tom video, as opposed to the intro I just did. Now, if you're a new person watching I very seldom will go on for 3 minutes because I hate that when reactors do that. So I very seldom do that. Try to just show a little of my humanity. All right, back to it. Yeah, jumping in it. I love it.
Shit. Okay, so this is Taylor.
And they got that bless your heart Southern charming voice. I'm gonna be dying by the end of this, folks. I'm gonna be dying.
She's my best friend. If you've been on Instagram, you know Taylor because she's on my story quite a bit.
if you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings? But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America
See, but I never thought about that stance before. You know what I mean? That stance of the whole gun argument. Like, they're trying to take guns away, but I never thought of that stance. You know, you want to take guns away, but you're pro-choice for abortion, so how does one cancel out the other? It doesn't.
She's thinking about it.
I'm not getting you started.
Oh, she was. That's weird. Okay, I don't do these much either, but roll back time. Watch her face.
Take guns away, but you're pro-choice for abortion, so
will save our kids from the killings. But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children.
All right, you're pro. As soon as she even brings up she tells it's coming. Her hands go up. She's like, "Oh, wait a minute." Now, why is she? Wait a minute. Is she just doesn't want to talk about it, or she doesn't think abortion's right, or she? This is kind of. Let's break it down some more.
If America.
See, but I never.
Is that like a light? Is that a light bulb going off in her head, or does she?
I thought about that stance.
I think it's a blink. I think it's an eye opener. I think it's a light bulb moment. Everybody drink.
Before. You know what I mean? That stance of the whole gun argument. Like, they're trying to take guns away, but I never thought of that stance. You know, you want to take guns away, but you're pro-choice for abortion, so how does one cancel out the other? It doesn't.
Don't get me started on it.
Don't get me started on it. She was thinking about what side of that issue is she on? Did she have a light bulb moment, or honestly, I looked at this as a time or two before I rolled it for you guys.
I'm not getting you started. I'm just not scared to talk about it.
Okay, I'm leaning to the fact that she believes that an abortion is taking a life. I think that's where she's at, but I don't want to go there. She could be on the other side, too. You know what's interesting about that whole issue? The only people I have respect for are people that are against killing people in prison and people that are against killing babies. At least they are consistent.
Taking guns away will save our kids from the killings. But you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing.
There she her eyes are just so expressive. I gotta watch again. I'm mesmerized. What did Kristen say her friend's name was?
Saying all the contradictions are embarrassing.
Oh, I love that look. Oh, she's.
You know who hates?
And the eyebrows go up.
If America's so awful.
Oh, and she just goes. She's digging it.
Then why are we encouraging immigration?
She's. Ooh.
First of all, he's so controversial, but he's just telling the truth.
It's all the truth.
All right, well, there we know. She just can't believe that he's addressing this issue, and she herself just like, I want nothing to do. People are going to find out about this, and like, they're going to go get my TikTok videos and embarrass me and call my place where I work and get me fired.
That's what's so crazy about it.
That happens.
Make people mad.
He's gonna make people mad. He's gonna hurt people's feelings.
It's the truth. Well, snowflakes.
It probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on.
Because Americans.
I swear to gosh, I just want to do a close-up of her friend here. It's not what she's saying, it's what she's not saying, but it's what her face is just screaming about. Oh, I love it.
Remember America the way it's supposed to be, and somehow, right now, everything that's right.
To see some wimpy-ass snowflake is going to hear her and is going to instantly get on her accent, which is right. I don't know. It's not. What is that? Bigot? But they're gonna call her stupid hell jack. That's what they're gonna do with it. If they're watching this reaction and what America used to be like. Well, America's changed. America is inclusive, and you racist whites. See how they work it. America, I want to get back to the way America used to be, just like 4 years ago.
Remember America the way it's supposed to be, and somehow, right now, everything that's right is wrong.
Oh, that's because they project. Google projection, if you're not familiar with that term. The Clintons began projection with Monica Lewinsky way back in the 90s. If you're under 25, you got to Google that shit.
And everything that's wrong is right. We can't find a middle ground with each other.
If you want to go further back, go back to the 70s and read Professor Sololinsky's book on rules for radicals. And whatever you are accused of doing and you're probably guilty of, you simply accuse your attacker of the exact same thing. Now go back in time over the last especially 5 years and think about it. 1 year they tell you this, the next year they go, oh, sorry, that wasn't why. There's like no accountability at all.
Each other because we're too busy trying to point out everybody else's flaws.
Well, to become so bad, sometimes you have to, and that's what Tom is. It's like, hey, we're going to let you go with your little politically correct, everybody's a winner, no trophies, all of this stuff, and all we're going to let you go till just you get, well, you crossed the line. You guys crossed the freaking line. Okay, I'm sorry, ladies. I'm just going to watch your eyes.
Oh my gosh, I love Tom MacDonald.
Bitches are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans. Trigger warnings used to be on TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they. Screw a pronoun, because everyone's a retard.
That's Blair White. Okay, if y'all don't know.
Now see, this is great. Half the reactors don't know who Blair White is, and half of them think it's a hot chick and mention it. And then the other half know who Blair is, and it just really shocks them.
Who Blair White is? Do you know who Blair White is?
Semi.
Okay.
Semi. So.
All right, answer me this. I've listened to that line, the one where Blair like rips the mask off, and is her voice tracked on top of that, like the very last word, or is she just lip syncing? Because I hear it sometimes, and it depends on the headphones or the buds or the speakers. I want to know, Tom, Nova. If you're watching, listening, let me know. Is she dubbed in on that track anywhere? It sounds like the last word to me sometimes.
Blair White is a trans woman who is very open about her stances.
Have you guys seen Bruce Jenner's? I say that just because everybody, old people won't even know Caitlin's name. Have you seen Bruce Jenner's commercial for running for California? If there is a person that can wrest control of California, Caitlyn Jenner's it. You have to watch her entire 3-minute ad that she rolled out. It's just freaking amazing. And if you remember when she was Bruce, he was a decathlon. He's an American, and he has these American, very much like Blaine. So, again, we can all get along. It's the ideas and the thoughts that is in someone's mind. I don't care what genitalia you have or what genitalia you like to put in other genitalia. I don't care about any of that. It's what you stand for. Are you an American? Are you proud of our country? Do you realize we're the freest, fairest nation in the world? Do you realize that people of color have the highest median income? It's not even close from anywhere else in the world. Caitlyn Jenner for governor, California. Now let's get back to bless their hearts. But you know some lefties are doing that with these two girls. Women.
And just everything in her life. She's got a YouTube channel. Y'all need to go watch Blair White because she may be a transgender woman. Did you hear that country on that?
I wonder how many subs has she gone up since the song dropped? How many?
She may be a trans. She may be a transgender.
See, they're making
woman,
fun of their accent too.
But the
Love
way
it.
she thinks is so admirable, and she puts herself out there for. Y'all need to know who Blair White is.
Those feelings, he, she, his, him, hers, them, they, screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Hear him preaching at the protest.
These days.
I'm
All right.
sorry.
These days. Is that Blair singing on These Days?
But do you know how perfect it was for him to unmask Blair with that whole line right there?
Yep.
She's like, screw, everybody's an idiot. Screw a pronoun. All of y'all are idiots. There's your
Oh.
pronoun. Oh, I love that.
There was something in the news today about pronouns, like the Secretary of Economics or something put out an instruction to all of her staff dealing with the finances of the United States that they couldn't use he, she, and all that. It's like, what's that got to do with finances?
Vet. Sorry, I'm not really letting you talk.
I don't do the talking. That's all you.
Oh, you don't, you, young lady, don't need to talk at all. Your eyes, your reactions, your facial expressions, it says a mouth.
I'm just here for Tom.
TV for seizures, and now they're everywhere to protect millennials' feelings. He, she, his, him, hers, them, they, screw a pronoun, cause everyone's a retard these days. Hear him preaching at the protest that hatred's the problem, but hating straight men, white folks, and Christians is common. Coca-Cola telling people they should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they fight. There's a
Chris has got she's got a dough ass grit. It's like Tulip Mafia. Or Shaq.
race war.
He's saying you can't play both sides of the fence. You can't say you want tolerance and you want everybody to quit hating on each other and then tell everybody to quit being less white or to quit being white or to be less white. You can't.
I think I'm in love. No. But you could, when Kristen's talking, she is like, you can tell by her, she's actually listening and considering what Kristen is saying. She's actually listening. I think more of us need to do more listening instead of trying to think about what we're going to say next or guess what the other person is going to say or try to make sure that when they come back, I'll know exactly what to say to make sure that I win. Be a listener today. Listen to somebody. Say hi to somebody. Wave at a stranger. Do a drive-by wave.
Can't play both sides of the fence. And that's what a lot of Americans are faced with right now. They're playing both sides of the fence
They're afraid.
to try and make everybody happy or to try and
It's because we never thought it would get this crazy this fast. We were being amused by your little games, but now the games are done.
please the ones who are unhappy. It's not going to work.
You tell them,
You're
girl.
such a good hype man.
It should be less white. They preach intolerance, but if you disagree, they
Hype person. Hype person.
fight. There's a race war here. Elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans.
That is a tough ride.
Yeah.
That is a tough, those bars, I mean, that is like stretching bars to the limit as of getting all the way back around to kind of finally nail it. That's wow, he must have spent some time writing that one.
Okay.
How many
I don't care how long this goes on today. It's Friday. All right.
Your elections based on fear. Black lives only matter once every 4 years. Soldiers died for this country, and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans.
Every one of us benefits, give welfare to the bums, and then he comes back and wraps it up.
Black folks and white folks.
How
Wow.
Yes, okay.
How many veterans are forgotten nowadays?
Oh, man.
I know off the tip of my head quite a few that I just personally know.
I know some
There
dead
are
ones. My
veterans
daughter's
on the
a
side
vet.
of our
She knows
streets,
dead friends.
Homeless. This is not a joke. You're giving $600+ a week to people who aren't doing anything, but at the same time, where's the help for the ones that are sacrificing themselves so we can all have the freedom to talk our shit?
Veterans need more.
The veterans deserve more.
A lot more.
And they're dying. Suicide. I'm 57 years old. I know 3 people that committed suicide. My daughter is 31, just served 12 years as a sergeant in the military police in the National Guard in the state of Ohio. She herself personally knows over a dozen. She knows, had talked to people. And then people that she knew that it's in the dozens and dozens. And people are getting paid $600 a week to sit in their mom's basement literally and play video games. Because it's $200 more than the $400 they were making working at McDonald's. And now minimum wage is going to $15 because businesses can't, even in teeny little towns like mine, can't get people off the couch. Meanwhile, you have people living in crap in the streets that served our country and are lost to drugs, mental illness, PTSD, and they're sitting there. And what would $600 a week do to that person's life? Now, granted, there are some people that simply do not want to change and they like what they're doing, but granted, how many people just need that help? Kristen, maybe God sent you into my life with this reaction because you two, especially your silent friend there that says more with their eyes and body language than many people do, got me down a tangent. Appreciate it.
Fight for this country and every one of us benefits. Give welfare to the bums and forget about the veterans. Black folks and white folks divided by the news, but we are all the same. We are red, white, and blue. Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too. Y'all are so
there again. She's amazing. She's absolutely.
Ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
We are all ashamed of you. Oh, right there. There's another screenshot. I gotta love that.
But the real patriots are, though. The real patriots who know what we stand for, that do bleed red, white, and blue, and we've been taught to bleed red, white, and blue since we were born.
Our whole lives.
Yes.
Some of y'all really don't jam out to Toby Keith, and it shows.
Yeah. Because we'll put a bird in your ass.
Okay, that's cool. Because honestly,
there we go.
are all
Yeah.
ashamed.
There we go. Yep, definitely some country girls. I gotta check to see if she's got some upchurch reaction.
You two. Y'all are so fake. Oh no, the forecast said that there be snowflakes. Whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no, no more snowflakes. They set us up to fail. That's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store.
No.
And he's not lying.
Yeah.
Americans are set up to fail. You're told from the time that you're learning how to walk that if
Getting
you
you ready
don't go
for
to
prison.
college, you're not going to be anybody.
Yeah, you're not going to succeed in life.
So
Stand in
then
line,
he's
follow,
like, you
obey,
put
be
the
obedient.
drugstores, not the drugstores, the ABC stores beside the gun stores and expect what to happen.
Now you know they're from the South. ABC liquor stores. I lived in Carolina, Georgia, Florida, everywhere. ABC liquor stores. Right next to the dispensary, in some states. Next to the pawn shop. Next to the place where you can buy your lottery tickets and your cigarettes. Isn't it funny how people that get cigarettes really dig the fact you can go buy a joint now? Not that there's anything wrong with that.
He's right. The system sets you up to fail, but you have to know yourself well enough to know what you want to do and to chase that dream, because that is what America is about. Being able to chase the dream.
They set us up to fail, that's what they built the system for. Put an ammunition shop across the street from a liquor store. Empowering women used to be different than this before. The role models got OnlyFans or dance on a stripper pole. Screw it, I ain't tripping, I don't mean to be mean. But if our children are the future, then our future is bleak. They take an Adderall to focus, hit McDonald's to eat. They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blur the lines dividing...
But what's created these monsters that are conditioned to be on the phone and are their parents, who were too lazy to take them out and show them what the world is. They've decided to give them a phone and say, here, go play.
Exactly. Back in my day, you'd be like, you get home when the street lights go off. Or literally, my mom did have a bell. We weren't out on a farm. We were in a subdivision, but my mom grew up with a bell on her farm, and she'd ring that bell. Bang, dang, dang. You could hear that thing 2 miles across the subdivision.
That's what's...
Oh, I like the fact they're outdoors and you can hear the birds. I just want to show you. I don't know if this will come through or not. Let me see. I am in a nice little nature sort of setting. Down the lake, into the woods, into the forest. Anyways. Let's get back to the girls.
So I was told to go outside and not come back until the street lights came on.
Yeah, see? I told you.
That was rude. That was rude. But there's not enough of that nowadays. There's not enough kids going outside and putting their hands in soil and learning what
Getting
life
dirty.
really is outside of the phones. Yes. You see,
Getting dirty.
Technology is taking over.
it is. It's taking over. And one day it ain't going to be there. I'm just
Oh,
Focus, hit McDonald's to eat.
Wait a minute.
They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing
I was just talking about with what everything is digital. All of our photos, all of our videos, everything, our contacts, our to-do lists. We work digitally. What if all that disappears? There's like, I don't know, the sun does one of those sparks. It blows out all the we're God disappears. She references that right here at the end. Oh my gosh, we still have 5 minutes to go. This is going to be the longest reactor reaction ever so far, friends. I got a 25-minute one on there.
They're addicted to phones and they take Xanax to sleep. They blurred the lines dividing communism and democracy. In 2021, we paint the patriots as Nazis. The men playing women's sports get trophies for winning. Like, great, let's celebrate a man for beating some women. If you're black, you're like matters. You're supposed to...
So he,
That line, that is the best line because it creates a visual.
basically just said, watch your role models, because your role model could be someone who's been beat.
Do you realize women work so hard, and men, to get equal, semi-equal treatment for women's athletes in high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, college, to get them money, to get them the same funding, to get the same amount of scholarships, to make things equal. And now these very same people, well, they can't be the same people that got it this much power for women's athletes, but they kind of got swept into this. These are the people now putting men to beat them. How does that work in this world? Why are people so freaking... I know why. Intimidation, threats, and violence. Sometimes literally, sometimes just implied, and sometimes just paranoid and worried about them.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies, you got me going.
In America now, if you like something, you never know what somebody, say a company like, I'm not even going to say a company, but say a company, they represent something you disagree with, but you still buy their product. Does that mean that you agree with what they agree with, or does that mean you go against it? Because either...
It used to not to, and I used to think that was all bull crap, but I'm practicing that shit now. Seriously. I stopped drinking Coke products, but then I read Pepsi had the same sort of statements in their manuals and everything. They just didn't get the publicity that Coke did, because Coke was in Atlanta at the time of all of the other stuff is going on with the baseball game and the elections and everything. But so I stopped drinking Pepsi products. And I'm getting it's getting low in the totem pole to find something else. So if you have any places other than Pepsi or Coke to get good products from, I know Red Bull, Michael Savage's son actually started. Don't know if he's still on it, but that's where that came. Yeah, so Pepsi doing the same thing as Coke in that situation. So if you thought you did good, but I used to not do this shit. Now I'm starting to care, because I'm going to teach these companies a lesson. What kind of person will cut off half of their audience? I detail cars. Am I going to cut off half of my audience because they believe in woodchucks and I don't believe in woodchucks?
Way you're supporting.
That was bizarre right there.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I'm sorry. God, what is her name? They said it at the beginning. No, you are good at these things by not just your. Oh, I'm really starting to sound like I have a problem with.
A man for beating some women. If you're black, your life matters. You're supposed to embrace it. If you're rich or you're smart, then you're probably Asian. If you're gay, then you're brave. All of that I'm okay with. But if you're white, the stereotype is you are a racist. Blaming capitalism like that's the reason things are...
I have to touch on that because, you know, he's saying if you're white, the stereotype is that you're a racist. I just want to say, from my own point of view, from having YouTube, I have had some beautiful conversations.
Oh, yeah.
With people of different colors, of different countries, all over the place. Y'all, stop assuming somebody is a certain way and just let them talk to you. Because I promise you, as soon as you're going to figure out where they stand either way.
Things are tough while you tweet from an iPhone and sip on a Starbucks. You're supporting what you stand against. You don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn, dog.
That's what I was just saying. That is exactly what I was just saying. That is y'all.
What you stand against, you don't think you are, but a Percocet addict don't donate money to pharma. Damn, dog, we're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American.
That's why people hate Tom, because people don't want to stand up for their beliefs, but he's doing it for us, and they're calling it controversial, but it's the truth, and it's somebody who just has, for lack of better terms, who has the balls to get up and
Say what everybody
Nice.
else wants to say, but nobody will say it.
Exactly. See, you're getting this. We're going to do another video after this.
We're all afraid to speak the truth. And the more afraid we get, the more we hate the ones who do. You're ashamed to be American? Okay, that's cool. Because honestly, we are all ashamed of you too.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no. The forecast said that there'd be snowflakes. Whoa. You can make us see it your way. No way. Yes.
See, but I like that. You can't make us see it your way. But if everybody would just calm down and stop trying to pin somebody to the wall for what they believe and just understand we all have different beliefs and different views and different opinions, that's what's so beautiful about it.
We're all individuals.
Yes.
It's like,
We don't think the same. There's no reason that everybody in the world should think exactly the same and agree on everything. You're your own person, baby. Be proud of who you are and stop worrying about what that next person likes and what that next person doesn't like.
Amen.
Just be who you are, baby.
You can make us see it your way. No way. Gasoline and propane. More flames. Oh no. No more snowflakes.
We can all get along, but there's no stopping. Ay, everybody's wrong, that's a real problem. Ay, they don't want to hear it, but they still talking. Ay, soon enough, we running out of options. Ay, this ain't gonna end till it's in the coffin. Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends.
If we all
wash it.
just let go of the same arguments that have been happening for y'all think that this is new. It's not new.
No.
We just have social media now to shine a light on it. All
And again, you guys have to remember, though, social media is bullshit. Twitter has like 6 million, 10 million people that actively use it, like a lot of us do, like every single day, every hour of every day. There's only a few million of people that do that. And then it's like half and half in terms of politics, or a third and a third and a third. So you literally have like 2 million far left people running around on Twitter, and that includes the gram and all the other bullshit stuff. But you literally have 10, 15, let's be generous, 20 million people in a country of 300 million that think that they're running the world and everybody agrees with them, or they're trying to make. You've got like a few million people thinking they're running the world. We're definitely setting a record with this one, folks. Definitely setting
these
a record.
issues are not new. Why can't we just forgive everybody as a whole? I'm a flower child. I sound like a flower child. But
And that's the thing, too. These hippies, these flower children from the 60s and 70s, peace and love. No, these were the people that started the violence like this. In fact, they're the professors and they're the political leaders and the lawyers that are doing this now through our institutions. It's these same people, the peaceful love people. Go Google Weather Underground and Google 1969 Chicago Convention. And you're going to see the same weapons, same tactics, and same violence and same... Oh, the computer went off.
It's true. It is true. I mean, there's hatred everywhere. Everybody's got to hate somebody for something. And
Stop leftist hate. Stop leftist racism.
Ay, we ain't gonna be friends till we try to squash it. Ay, I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake. Oh no.
sorry, but that was the biggest mic drop
Bro.
I've ever heard in my
Bro.
life. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kids, and y'all,
And that-
it's getting real
that-
hot in a minute.
That line goes past some people. You nailed it. It goes past some people. Other people nail it, and it's interesting. I always love how people react to lyrics, like even subconsciously, like these expressions and body motions and stuff.
I don't know how we can make amends or we drop it. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kid.
Y'all are so fake. Oh
Boom.
Sorry, but that was the biggest mic drop I have ever heard in my life. Snowflakes melt when it's hot, kids, and y'all, it's getting real hot in America right now. Are you going to melt, or are you going to stand still and know yourself and be confident and hold your ground?
I bet you that's a woman you can go hunting with. That is a woman you can go hunting and fishing with. That's a woman that, yeah. She's got food in the garage. She's got bags packed. She's ready to travel. She's right up my alley.
We're going to hold our ground.
Oh.
We are.
no. The forecast said that
She probably has a pickup truck that's got bull testicles hanging from the rear. Much respect, sister.
These snowflakes, whoa, you can make us see it your way. No way, gasoline and grow. More flames, oh no, no more snowflakes.
You go, Nova.
I know, I was about to say.
Nova.
Nova.
Nova,
She
Nova,
needed
Nova.
light shined on her
Oh,
name.
my goodness.
Because y'all,
Yep.
she works just as hard as Tom
Oh,
does
yeah.
to create what they have created
Yep,
together.
definitely.
Nova has directed every video. She is behind the scenes of every video and pushing her man forward.
I want a Nova
Y'all
story
gotta
time.
understand, this is the definition of a power couple. She's not jealous that
No.
his face is on there because she directed the video. I'm just saying, I love me some Noah.
I do.
love me some Tom.
Love me for Tom too.
I love
Okay, you're high.
you guys too. We'll see y'all in a little bit.
Ah, oh my goodness gracious. Holy moly, guys. That was so much fun. You ladies, that was like one of the most enjoyable. I think I've done like a half dozen of these snowflake reactions to reactors, and you got to go sub her, Kristen Kelly, KRISTINKELLY. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes her friend. Oh, kudos to them. Hey, once again, you made it this far, News Talkers. You got to subscribe. At the start of this video, I was one away from 500. Remember, we double that now. Get to 1,000. If every person just got 3 of your friends to subscribe also, and they got 3 of their friends, and so on and so on, you'd only need 20 of those people to get the extra 500, because at 1,000 subs, I'm going to do a story time that there's only been one other person, and that was the pastor that led me to the truth about what's going on in the world and the truth about Jesus and spirituality, and got me to do a story time with him that freed me from a whole lot of shit. But that was many, many years ago, and shit kind of starts building up again, like you clean out a fireplace or a chimney if you have one, and then the creosote starts building up. Tom MacDonald has given me a good scrubbing down the pipe and cleared out a lot of that creosote. I've got a video about that. It's a special message to Tom. I want you to read that. It's an amazing story about how 2 weeks ago I just lost all of the urge to quit. I didn't quit smoking. I'm just no longer a smoker. 2 weeks ago. Right now I'm standing by cigarettes and ashtrays I used to use. In the past, when I'm trying to quit. Well, no, that means you're trying, and if you're only trying, it means you could fail. But no, I just don't smoke anymore. When I had tried to quit before, if I had cigarettes, like I'm in my garage studio, so I used to throw butts on the ground. There's still ash and butts in some areas. Back in those days, I'd be like, oh, damn, that cigarette's got maybe a little. I could just have. Now I see this shit, and it's like a challenge to me. My mind instantly goes, glad I don't do that anymore. That was a waste of money. Ugh, that's nasty. Never once do I look at it and go, oh, God, I really want one really bad. Maybe I should go for a walk for 5 minutes. I need to get, I will go down on the, in fact, do I have one around? Yeah, look, here. See this? They always tell you when you quit, never, ever, ever. They always say, put all of your stuff away. Well, right there, that's a butt. When I was trying to quit, I seriously would be like, wait a minute, I think, now I see this stuff and I go, thank you, Tom MacDonald. Glad I don't do that. God. Glad I'm no longer doing that. Not trying to do anything, because so to go check that video out. I'm just going to end it. I love you guys so much. You are really making a lot of my life begin to make sense. And I owe it to Tom MacDonald for just kicking me off the stool I'd been sitting on for the last 7 years since I got my cancer diagnosis. Which, 7 years ago, I thought I was going to be dead in a year or two. And Tom kind of got, and I've got anxiety and bipolar 2, and I want perfection like a lot of Tom does, so I don't produce videos because I don't think they're going to be quite good enough. And when I do start trying to make content, then I'm like, oh, I got to edit this, I got to fix that second. And Tom's just like, Tom is like my Nova. He's like just kicking me off the stool and saying, hey, wake up, dude. All right. Longest reaction ever. I don't think I ever want to break this record again.